You see, George, I told you Green Lantern would be in this crossover.
Oh my God, Joseph, you were right. That is the greatest 5 episodes of television I have ever seen.
Well, greatest 5 episodes, I don't think so. But like in terms of like the best crossover, definitely did that.
That was a pretty good crossover, yeah.
It was.
Oh, I really liked it.
Yeah. Oh, everyone, this is Joe from ActionX.
George.
If you're gonna do your thing, it's just George, or is it George P? I forgot what's your usual moniker now. Like I forgot.
Oh my God, I don't even fucking know.
Because it's just George for like the longest time, and then on the pod X you rebranded yourself at it. My name is just George P. Yeah. So which one is it? Like I don't know anymore.
I don't either.
You're the freaking writer. You release a bi-weekly comic series. How the hell do you not know your own thing? Anywho,
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, this is What's on the Tube, where each and every episode I review something TV show related, whether it's the episode reviews from Rookie or High School Musical, the musical, the series, that does not get old to say, or Nancy Drew, or these one-offs. We're doing a special one-off for Crisis on Infinite Earth, all 5 parts. It was supposed to be us with Sal, but Sal's at work and George is a little sick.
Also, I'm sick.
Yeah, but he's a trooper. He's a trooper.
I promised that I would come over to watch the last 2 episodes of this crossover.
The sickness was not planned out.
Yeah.
That would have been really more amazing had they announced the next Arkham game. Which is usually, like, whenever there's something Arkham related in this house, you usually are sick.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dude, we've told that story.
I don't think we told the full story, but we've always, like, talked about it. But we never told the full story. We'll save it for a podcast someday.
Imagine the worst Let's Play you've ever seen.
That was never released. That was never released. I sacrificed 2 days of your life, and we never fucking did. I mean, we had fun, but it was like we never released.
I'm sorry. Who had fun? Who had fun?
Anyway,
I sure didn't.
Anyway, guys,
my health was at risk.
This is the official.
This is just me. I'm just sick. I have a fever. That's all. Like I'm managing.
You're not warm.
I was pretty. It was pretty bad yesterday and the day before, but like today,
you felt better.
Yes, today I've been managing. You know what it was? Yesterday I sweat a lot of it out. I was sweating a lot.
Yes,
so.
I hate the sweating part.
Yeah, but like that's what gets the fever out. Kind of breaks it.
Breaks it up in the body, so you got luck. But the problem is that whenever you the problem is we had a couple warm days in January, so like it was horrible. Like how can you be warm if it was already warm outside? So
yeah,
and you're feeling cold inside, so it's like bundling up isn't like you were probably a sweaty mess.
Yeah,
but this isn't the flu show. We were talking about Crisis on Infinite Earths, where
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, so it's a crossover between Supergirl, Flash, Batwoman, Arrow, DC's Legends Tomorrow, technically Black Lightning too, but we don't talk about that. I'm kidding. We do talk about it.
Hey, Black Lightning's cool. That one's pretty. That show's pretty popular though.
Critically, yes. Viewer count, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if it's viewer count wise. I mean, it's under 1 million live. I'm not sure like how much digital is, but either way, I don't know.
Well, I'm going just based off of word of mouth.
And you've only seen 30 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
You literally showed up here after a recording session, and we watched an entire episode of The Flash, and then you just dipped after 30 minutes of Black Lightning. Exactly 30 minutes, because your ride came around. Anyway, so we're doing a special Crisis Infinite Earths episode, but here are, first of all, our overall thoughts. I loved it. I think it was the best crossover the Arrowverse has ever produced. Nor do I don't think they're ever going to top this for a long time.
I think this was great, just as crossovers in general go. It was a lot of fun, there were stakes, there were high stakes, and it fulfilled the promise it gave, It delivered.
Yeah, there were a couple, like, things
you got what you expected, and a little bit more.
But a little bit less.
That's what I wanted, at least.
But a little bit less. I'll mention that, and consider the fact that we're reviewing this from 2 different standpoints. You're reviewing it as just a casual DC fan who've only watched a handful of episodes throughout the franchises, and while I've watched every single episode, so everything that mattered, every reference, every character appearance, like
you got everything.
I got 99% of everything. The thing at the end, like I did not understand at all. Like what does that mean? Who's Griezo? I don't know who Griezo is. Like I don't know.
I don't
I don't know. I'm assuming he's going to be the next crossover. I'm assuming, but who knows? Anyway, overall thoughts. We love it. Now, before we continue, we are obviously going to spoil the hell out of this. So if you have not seen Crisis on Infinite Earths, please do. I mean, even I can even say as a standalone thing. And don't worry, guys, if you see George like dying on camera, then he's fine. If you just we're gonna spoil it, so please do not watch this if you have not watched it, which you should. I think if you're just a casual fan like you, it was still a good entryway.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've watched maybe a handful of episodes in all the Arrowverse.
You watch one Flash and two Batwomans at least.
No, I've watched. Well, no, that's the thing. Like, I know people that watch the Flash, so I've seen a bunch of scenes. I've seen an episode or two, but that's pretty much the extent of it. I know about some stuff that happens. Mm-hmm. I've seen Black Lightning before
for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
30 minutes. Sorry, Chris. What one?
Arrow. It's funny. When Arrow was first announced, I was a kid. I was a fucking kid. In the beginning of high school, I heard about the show getting announced. I was like, who gives a fuck about Green Arrow?
And now?
And I was like, the show's never going to get off the air. And then...
Here we are. It's the show's ending. And
I'm happy for it, though. Green Arrow, like, I didn't know... I was still a big comics fan at the time. I just didn't know about Green Arrow himself.
Same.
As much at the time. Now that I know more about him, I'm glad his show was this popular.
That it spawned this massive franchise, and it's still spawning more. Just today, as we're recording, they announced Superman and Lois going to series, so that's cool. I mean, we'll talk about more of that about the end, about that implications, but that's more towards the end of it. So anyway, guys, we're going to dive into the very, very butchered recap. We are not going to recap every 5 episodes, but we're going to try our damn best. What?
So, I'll start Can I start the recap?
So we're going all the way to the beginning. I'm kidding. We're starting
in the beginning. There was nothing.
Then there was the Big Bang Theory. I hope you guys watched my Big Bang Theory episode earlier this week, guys. So let's start from part 1, hour 1, whatever they call it. I forgot the Supergirl episode.
I loved the first scene. It was very similar to the comic. By the way, I am, as many people know, I'm a big comics fan, and Crisis on Infinite Earths is one of the first things I learned about when learning about the DC Universe, back in going on the DC Wiki page.
DC Wiki?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just scourging on those pages, learning as much as I can about the DC Universe. It was one of the first things I've read, or at least, skimmed as a kid. So that first scene, it really hits home for me. It was nice. It wasn't perfectly accurate, but it was as accurate as I could make it. They couldn't put the hand of God in there, in the comics.
They can. Religion.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening scene was...
It was great.
It was incredible. To get some... obviously we weren't going to, go to, Tim Burton's world, or we weren't going to do 66, or Titans. We weren't going to go there, because financially they can't do it. I mean, do you really think they're going to do Michael Keaton? I mean, Sony already got him in his pocket, so...
I bet you they would have gotten Adam West if he was still with us. God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. But Burt Ward was a fine substitute. Not a substitute, but it was a fine choice for the representation of that world. And Ace...
Holy crimson skies of death!
How much do you think they paid him for that one line?
Enough.
Because they flew him out to Vancouver. There wasn't let's go to LA and just shoot a scene. No, they actually flew him out to Vancouver. I think the Titan stuff was filmed when they were doing season 2. I think
I'm pretty sure they just took a scene from there, clipped a scene
from what Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, either way, remember, again, spoilers for the Crisis, the whole crossover, but, at the end, I'm pretty sure, that was the original Titans. That was a version of the Titans we will never see, and then the ones we saw post, what do you want to call it, the post-rebirth? Rebirth?
Sure.
Rebirth of the universe, and then the multiverse. It was...
No, post-Crisis.
Fucking post-Crisis.
Yeah.
Then that Earth 2... became the Titans that we saw already on the first season already. We haven't seen season 2 yet. That's not on DVD yet. I will be seeing it. I don't know about him. I'll probably give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So after that, we kind of... Here's the thing. The problem with the one issue I have with this crossover off the bat is that I understand why they had to split this off into 2 cores. Like, the first 3 in December and then the last 2 in January. I get that, because, like, it was just too much to put 5 episodes into 1 week. And they needed a lot of time for the VFX for the last episodes. I get that. The problem is that this just snuck up too fast, and I literally just remembered a few days ago that, Crisis comes back this Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's like, I completely forgot a good amount of part 1. That's why I said this is the very butchered recap, because I remember, like, a good amount of stuff, but I don't remember, like, every sequential order. I think by this point we were just getting, like, all the heroes were coming together.
I kind of wish that Burt Ward said, "Holy shit!"
CW.
That's what a lot of people were saying.
CW Airways, man, they were never going to allow that.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I don't think they would allow it. Like,
holy shit!
I mean, after the whole Walking Dead thing of 2017, I think they changed everything with network television. Remember the whole, like, graphic scene?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought you were thinking of the season 4 thing.
I forgot the season 4 thing.
I don't know if they changed it for Netflix, which is what I'm assuming you watched it on season 4.
Well, I think I did. Yeah, I watched it on Netflix. Then I bought the DVDs. So
at the end of season 4, Rick says they don't know who they're fucking with.
Oh, I remember that now. They had 2 different versions of it.
Yep. When it first aired, it was they don't know who they're
dealing.
know who they're dealing with or messing with. I was like, okay. Even when I first watched it, I was like,
they're gonna PG-13 this.
I was like,
okay.
I feel like he should have said "fucking with,"
and they did.
And it turns out, yes, they did film that.
But
scene.
that was for the DVD releases. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
which I didn't mind.
Yeah.
You got to bend the rules with TV, which is fine.
It's fine. I mean, I think you're allowed the occasional, like, once in a lifetime shit, but that's really it. That's as far as you're able to go. We got all the heroes coming together. Since this is the Supergirl episode, everything was on Earth 38, so it was very weird how Kate did not know anything about the multiverse, which made sense.
It did.
Because, like, the only issue I have that, like, I knew Kara introduced herself in Elseworlds, which you didn't see, but still, wouldn't she have done, like, background research on her beforehand? To, like, hey, there is no Kara Danvers on my Earth. What's she doing here? But oh well, we could just gloss that over. So Harbinger. She brings the Green Arrows, Superman and Lois, who got their own TV show. Congrats to them. Batwoman to Earth 38 while they're all dealing with the whole, like, Argo being destroyed. Cool cameo from Supergirl's mom. A lot of people are doing double duties in this crossover. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, like, a
lot.
Yeah.
And this is my introduction. This was not my introduction to the Superman from Supergirl, but I saw a lot of him in this crossover. I love this Superman. He's really cool. And he's basically just Clark. He's what I imagine they could... Like, alright. You know, again, TV budget, you're not going to get the perfect Superman.
Well, we're getting...
But he's a pretty damn good Superman, to be honest.
So you're excited for his show?
All things considered, yeah, he's a pretty good Superman.
So you're excited for his show, then?
Yes.
Whatever that is.
And knowing me, I have no idea whether I will actually watch it or not.
We'll find out next television season. We'll find out next season of What's on the Tube. So everyone's assembled. I say assembled very loosely. United. Let's say united. I don't want to... Like, we had Avengers. Like, let's move. We're moving on from assemble. Okay, we're moving on from that. Everyone's united. Supergirl's happy that Superman and Lois are alive. Batwoman is supposedly confused. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I don't know any of these people. And it just takes, like, a simple... Like, I understand they're trying to build the whole Supergirl Batwoman dynamic to be kind of like the new Arrow Flash thing moving forward.
No, it's world's finest. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I get that.
Batman, Superman.
But it does seem too easy to, like, assume, like, okay, here's this random blonde chick who's a superhero. Okay, I'll trust her. Then not Green Arrow, who's literally another vigilante like her. Like, no, I'll just trust her. Okay, sure. I'm not questioning. I'm just saying, like, did we really need that? But anyway, she introduced herself as Kate, and Oliver's like, yeah, I figured. I'm not surprised. No, everyone knew. It was so obvious. But they have to... No, from then they split off.
Oh.
I forgot. They sent Jonathan off in a pod. In a very, like, homage to the whole Superman movie. Or the original Origins, where they send them off into the great unknown. Mm-hmm. Which turns out he got sent to the future of another Earth. Okay, that makes so
what
much.
What do they do with him?
Yeah, they transport him in a pod.
They Supermaned him,
and they put him in. He went into a specific wormhole that put him in the future, on another Earth.
Yes.
I don't know what they call it. I forgot what they called it. It's some abnormal.
Yep.
Whatever. It turned out to be the Earth from the Legends first season, which you never watched. There was an Earth where Star City 2046, where Oliver Queen he lost everything.
Yes.
He lost his arm.
I remember that.
Yeah, but in this version, he's not.
He lost his arm in there?
He lost his arm.
Oh, so it's like Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, that was the homage, but there's no Batman.
Nice.
There's no Batman.
That's fine.
It's just everyone's dead.
Hi-ho, frickin' Silver.
Yeah. So they dispatched a team to that Earth to pick him up. That's just a quick subplot. They're just trying to set up Sarah to be this inspirational person and kind of put some resolution on that Oliver Queen. So they pick him up, they send him back. Everyone's fighting on Earth 38 with a bunch of what's the term for them? Shadow demons, or
I think they're shadow demons. Yes.
Yeah. So
I could be wrong.
Yeah. So
they're not parademons. Parademons are Dark Side's thing.
That was in Justice League.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So they have to protect the Quantum Tower. I think that's the Quantum Tower. The Legends are there too. I just find it funny the Legends are just dragged into this crossover. We don't even want to be here. I mean, let's get back to our silly shit back in time. But that's next week. Trying to remember what happened. Literally, this is the only one problem by doing this butchered recap, very late after the crossovers ended.
Everybody.
Everyone fights.
Everyone fights. Green Arrow dies.
Yeah, everyone gets teleported back to Earth 1.
Yeah.
He sacrificed himself.
Supergirl's Earth gets destroyed. They have to get these...
Paragons.
Yeah, Paragons.
The MacGuffins.
Yeah, they're the people that are supposed to save everything. Turns out most of the main characters are those.
Supergirl's
so we were chilling already.
Yeah, Supergirl is Hope. I forget who John Jones is. I think it's Wisdom. Yeah, Wisdom. Barry is Love.
Yeah.
And then they have to find... Okay, we don't know the other ones, but we know we need to find the Bat of the Future. So okay, the Bat of the Future. Okay, let's just go with that.
So
we're in part 2 now.
We're in part 2 now, which I thought this was great.
This is where the majority of the fan service are.
One of my favorite parts of that episode. The Atom had no idea that Batman was Bruce Wayne.
I don't think there was a... Yeah.
And he was like, hold up. Batman is Bruce Wayne.
I keep surprising me, we've known this for many incarnations, that it still surprises us. Oh, this character didn't know Batman was Bruce Wayne, regardless of whatever version we're seeing.
That was great.
Yeah, that was freaking great.
So yeah, they go to
Earth 99.
Yeah.
Homage to Batman Beyond. To go meet old man Bruce, I like to call him.
Yeah. Turns out he's a fucking serial killer. He killed one villain, and then he decided to kill everybody.
Even
Superman.
But before we get into anyone, getting to see Kevin Conroy finally play Batman in real life, not put on the suit, but get to play Bruce Wayne finally in live action, regardless of how they interpreted him, I fucking loved it.
It was fun, you know?
To get him to hear his voice again. I mean,
it was nice.
I mean, we've seen him in the movies, the other shows, in Arkham, but, to get to see him, finally get to be Batman in real life is, perfect. Yeah. Regardless of how I know a lot of people were divisive on that, decision. I'm fine with it. I mean, we're living in an age where Batman can be anything. So they're off doing that. They just determine, you are not a Paragon. You cannot be a Paragon. So they head back. The Superman, Lois, and who was the third one? Iris, for some reason, she was just there. I mean, I guess to kind of give her and Barry more scenes. They're going
to... Yes, that's right. They go to Superman.
To find a Superman.
Yeah, Kingdom Come Superman.
But before that, they go to a random Earth, and that Superman died in a Doomsday homage.
Oh, yeah,
but it wasn't Doomsday. But it was just Lex just screwing him over. Then they go to Smallville.
Yeah.
I haven't finished Smallville.
Somebody save me.
Dude, you're going to kill your throat. We still got maybe 25 minutes, half an hour left of this.
I am going to kill my throat. So somebody needs to save me.
I haven't finished Smallville yet. I'm still up to season 3, but I know what happens. I know what happens. I remember in 2011,
A lot of people I know used to love that show.
They did, and I was not on that train. Like, I didn't know what channel was on the CW. Like, I knew Spectacular Spider-Man was on Pix 11, the CW's kids block.
It was?
It was. I saw commercials for that. I was like, I told my dad, "Oh, there's a Spider-Man show." It's like, "Do we have the channel?" It's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay." So I never watched Smallville back in the day. The first time
I've seen episodes 1 or 2.
You want to know what was the first
and clips and shit.
You want to know what's the first scene I saw of Smallville? When when Clark Kent became Superman.
Yeah, I knew it.
It was like seeing him like
it's a scene everybody has
This
seen.
should be for me. I've only seen. Here's the thing. Don't get mad at me. I've only seen Superman Returns by that point.
Okay.
I didn't see the original movies. I haven't seen the animated series. I saw nothing. This was my first real live action besides Brandon Ralph. So that was awesome. I don't know what I just bought season 4 or 5 because of this. So I'm gonna see those pretty soon and then eventually finish that show and see what the hell I was missing for those remaining 7 seasons I haven't watched yet. But it was cool to see. A lot of people complain like we never
really was. It was a really short scene,
but it made sense.
But it was like he didn't need to be a whole character
or be Superman.
Yeah, his show it made was
sense.
over. It was just. That was the most they could get him for, and that's the most that the story demanded.
Yeah.
So I loved what they did with it. They were
the actor,
right, he gets his scene, we get the homage,
and
he gets his due,
and we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is his universe still alive? I don't know. Are those 10 seasons even canon anymore? I don't know. At this point, I don't even think Tom Welling cares. Like, Tom Welling has been very vocal. Like, I do not want to be Superman. Like, I grew up being Clark Kent. I am not going to be Superman.
Yeah.
So this was the only condition if he was to reprise his role. Like, I will be Clark Kent again. I will not be Superman. Which made sense. It made sense with his character from what I had seen in the first 3 seasons. I'm assuming they continue that storyline. I'll update you guys at some later point in the future how that series ends up for me. But I enjoy that. I enjoy that cameo regardless. It would have been more awesome to get Michael Rosenbaum back in, but he said no.
Yeah.
No,
he's president.
No, yeah. That was the other clip I saw. Like Lex Luthor president. I'm like, okay, sure. But I'm pretty sure.
Remember when they were warning Clark?
Yeah, he said also the president.
He was like, president's in town. I was like. That's a reference.
That's a double reference because it happened on the show.
It happened on the show?
Yeah, he got elected president. It wasn't like something they explored. It was like he came back for an episode and it's like, time jump, he's president. I'm like, okay. That makes sense. What he's going to do as president, we'll never know.
He became Lex became president in the comics at one point.
There was a season 11 comics where they explored that option.
Cool.
So, but I don't think I'm ever going to read those. I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear that they're okay.
Yeah, they were just trying to pad out we want to give fans more.
It's just what happens afterwards. That's pretty much the majority of it.
Yeah, I mean, but it would have been more cool to see that in live action. But anyway, so the super team, that's what I'm going to call them. They head over to Earth 160. No, it's 167. Earth 90. No, it wasn't one. I forgot what Earth we went to next. Earth 67, 167. I forgot what year it was. It wasn't. We go to the next Earth, Kingdom Come Earth.
Oh yeah, no.
The original Reeves Superman Returns continuity.
Yeah, pretty much.
We see Brandon Ralph again as Superman, which is
that's great, and I love the interaction with him and Superman.
Yeah,
Superman
definitely
meeting Superman. I thought that was great. The fight between Superman and Superman was great. I loved how Superman punched Superman. Wasn't that crazy?
There's a lot of Supermans.
Yeah, just a lot of Supermans.
But
I'm sure this was Lois's dream
to have 2 Supermans fight over her. Not exactly, but kind of. But no, I'll give them credit there. Like Brandon Ralph, regardless of how Superman Returns turned out, he was still a good Superman. He did the Christopher Reeve
I've
stuff.
heard that before. I hear it wasn't really his fault. It was just the movie I hear that the movie was very stale.
Yeah, because they were trying to do I don't know. I haven't seen it since I've seen it in theaters. I've only seen it the one time, so I'll probably rewatch it someday, whatever that is. But no, he did. He always did. I think the one standing thing that movie had was he was a great Superman. He didn't get to explore that further. So they recruit him. Lex does his usual evil shenanigans, but they stopped him. One last thing before we move on to the next part. Is it just me? Did Lois want to bang every single Clark that she saw?
Yes.
It's you are technically still banging your Clark. It's just they look different.
She wants a variety.
She wants the big tough dude, and then she wants the very leaner dude.
Man, which one am I in the mood for today? Lean with Uh, or
I'm sorry to the actress.
or
We don't
tangy.
we don't mean that. You just did a great job selling that bit. So we return back to the Wave Rider with the other characters, and they got one Paragon, they got four, but it's like we don't get the Bat of the Future. It's like, and then the monitor said,
Yeah, it
no,
turns out Batwoman is the Paragon.
she's the Bat of the Future, which made sense. I mean, the way he phrased it was off, but like the way I interpreted it was that you are the next Batman, the next Bat figure, the next Bat. Yeah, you're the next Bat.
Her series is going to be pretty. They were trying to say like, yeah, your series is going to be really popular.
Yeah, so you're going to be like the future Bat. You're going to be better than Batman. Will she? Watch Batwoman. Yeah, right. Yeah. Watch Batwoman. Right. Yeah. Right, George.
Nope.
Fuck you. Fuck you. So now they have, I think, 5 Paragons by that point. And then we cut back to Harbinger getting this like distress call, and it turns out to be the Anti-Monitor.
Yeah.
That's where we end part 2. We begin part 3 with them fixing the Paragon tracker. No. We also forgot, in between all that, they were trying to resurrect Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
Which they did. They made Joan Hex. Jonah Hex.
No.
Yeah. Jonah Hex, the guy with the cowboy hat. The one with the future scar on his face.
They do?
John Constantine, Flash, Sarah, Mia went to like another Earth to get Lazarus Piff.
What? Oh, yes, that was supposed to be Jonah Hex.
Yeah, he was in Legends.
Totally forgot.
Yeah, he was in Legends.
Yep.
Same actor, just different continent, just different like Earth.
Yep.
He was pretty good, Jonah Hex.
Yeah. Oh, great part about episode 3 that I loved.
Now we're now in part 3.
Yeah. No.
We're all over the place. You can go.
I don't mind. The fucking the cameo that everybody went crazy over.
What was the part 3 cameo? I forgot. I forgot already.
The devil.
Oh, Lucifer. Oh yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Technically,
in case you guys don't know, Lucifer is it's a DC show. In case you guys weren't aware of that, Lucifer comes from comic book, which DC makes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that Lucifer that you're watching, he is the devil of the DC universe. So nobody really in the public consciousness, nobody really knew that. So it was a big surprise for them. And
they kind of like, this was an inadvertent leak someone made, and then the actor said, "No, I'm just in town, like visiting a friend. Like I'm not doing anything with that crossover." And then there's like, "Oh, I just wanted to keep it a surprise from everyone."
Yeah,
which made sense. I mean, I respect the actor for doing it. I haven't seen Lucifer yet, but I've seen the season.
I haven't either, but a lot of people I know. A lot of people I know watch.
The only 2 things I know is that, 3 things I know is that, number 1, Tom Welling was in the show.
Really?
So this Smallville Superman, he was in the show for 1 season. Fox is a dick for canceling that show. I mean, I know George like, oh, they canceled Lucifer, they didn't cancel Gotham. I mean, okay, sure, whatever. They canceled Gifted too, but whatever. Third thing is that,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Third thing, canceled Gifted.
Huh?
People watched it.
As a man who watched...
I heard the numbers weren't bad. I heard the numbers were fine. Enough to keep it going, at least.
Not for another... Because the problem is they were going to do a Days of Future Past storyline with Season 3. You think they're going to have to censor on money? No.
True.
No, so... anyway, back to...
It would have been cool, though.
It would have been cool, but it's like, same thing. Like, we have this cool idea we want to do in the end of a season that's like, it's a man, ratings are down, but we're going to get another season, they get canceled. It's literally the comedy, the usual trope.
Yeah.
We got to backtrack a little bit. But the third thing was that I saw the Lucifer season 4 promo that Netflix put out. Dude.
Yeah.
Whatever that guy's doing, his body's ripped. Like, I wish I had that body. Anyway, so we start part 3 with them figuring out the last 2 Paragons are Martian Manhunter, but that was. So they have No. So in part 2, they reveal White Canary was a Paragon. They got Martian Manhunter in for part 3 to be the 6th Paragon. The last Paragon was Roy Choi. No, wait. Yes. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of
Ryan Choi.
Ryan Choi. I'm thinking of the chef, Roy Choi. I'm a pretty good chef. Go watch the chef show on Netflix. Promotional gag over.
My neighbor was watching that show.
The chef show?
When I walk towards my building, on the first floor apartment, you usually can't see into what they're watching in that apartment, but my new neighbor but a TV so fucking huge that you could just see whatever they're watching. I saw them watch Stranger Things and The Chef Show.
Fuck yeah, best lineup Netflix has ever produced. Yeah, so we get to them. They gotta recruit him. Team Flash shows up because this is the Flash episode. So okay, we got the Flash actors. Let's bring them in. Let's get as many people as we can for this crossover. So their plan is now to figure out how do we beat the Anti-Monitor. How the fuck are we gonna beat this guy? We got the Paragons.
They figure out what is physically destroying all of the universes in the multiverse,
and they go to find it.
It turns out to be a machine which is powered by the original Flash from the 90s television show.
Earth 90s Flash.
Yeah, and, then Black Lightning just pops in and he's like, what the fuck is happening?
So
why? Who, what, where, when, and why? So sidestep
to the Black Lightning tie-in episode, which is what you refer to as like a tie-in comic. Where it's like, oh, this is going to matter in the bigger...
No, not even. It's just, oh, hey, what was Black Lightning doing during all of this?
And he was off trying to save his daughter.
Yeah. I watched half of that episode and I got bored.
Here's the thing about Black Lightning.
But that's the same thing about tie-in comics.
No,
it's filler.
I feel sorry for those actors, like the Black Lightning actors that didn't get to participate in the crossover. Because the way they were, like, promoting that was like, oh no, the Black Lightning character, they're going to be in the crossover. It's not just Crest Williams as Black Lightning. We're going to have more Black Lightning characters in, and they didn't get the cut.
Yeah.
It sucked. I mean, they couldn't afford to fly out everyone from Georgia to Vancouver. I mean, the problem is you're just going to force those characters just to be in the crossover. It's not going to be like an organic, like, it makes sense why Black Lightning's there, because he's the big hero.
Mm-hmm. He's their representative.
Yeah, but it kind of sucks. It's like, oh, he gets to have all these, like, cool memories. Like, we saw a brief promo for the next week's episode of Black Lightning, and they're all talking about, like, oh, you've been to another Earth, and he's like, yeah. So it's like, oh, I wish they could have been there, Let them have the fun. No, I like the right foot on my left.
Okay, but you're touching my leg.
But my comfortness.
I don't give a fuck.
Where were we? Okay, so we're all over the place. John Constantine takes Diggle and Mia to go trying to save Oliver's soul from purgatory.
Yeah, the Lucifer cameo helps him out.
Which actually it's weird because this takes place. So his show, this scene takes place before his show.
Really?
Yeah, the actor confirmed like, no, this is all predating our show. Huh. So what's funny is that the show took place already in a post-crisis timeline. What do you know? Yeah, so that's very weird. So let's just say Smallville Superman went to be a detective in this world. Let's just say that. Let's make it easier on ourselves. Is it still Earth 666? I don't know. It just made things very... Oh! I just realized something. We'll get to that in part 5. We're gonna get... I got a theory for you. So anyway, so they go to Purgatory, which is pretty much Lian Yu again. We gotta save money here, George. We gotta save money. I mean, do you really think... Like, let's find another island in Vancouver to use. Fucking let's just use Lian Yu again. They find him, and he's like, "Okay, sure, I'll go back with you." And then it's like, "No, wait, I am here, the Spectre."
He literally just shows up out of nowhere. It's like, what?
Okay,
Spectre, sure. What?
Sure.
Damn, this might be the first live-action Spectre.
I think it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was a very quick cameo.
I hate to say it, the Spectre was kind of lame in this.
Kind of.
Here's the thing, I know who the Spectre is.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph, are you religious?
Yes.
Imagine the divine power of God. This power that that your human mind physically isn't able to comprehend. And now imagine God's wrath.
That's the
and
Spectre.
His vengeance.
That's the Spectre.
Yes.
Then that fits Oliver Queen's purpose, then.
Yeah, it does. Like this, he's not a guy. He is this elemental
being
force.
Okay, that makes sense. So
he is.
Yeah. So they recruit him.
So it's hard. I get it. It's very hard to adapt that into live action. I get it.
Now the question is,
I'm not saying I'm disappointed. I was just like,
okay,
yeah,
that's a tall leap, but okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So we get to. So they're like, okay, I'll stay with you. You guys go back to your. You guys go back to your Earth. You okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
we should keep a counter up for how many coughs I have.
Nah, man, this gotta go out quick. I do light editing on these. Anyway, so Team Flash is still in the anti-monitor base, laser room, whatever. They free Earth 90 Flash, and then Black Lightning shows up, like you said. Actually, we went on a whole tangent there. We're still on the plot, but it's like where we were kind of dividing from the main plot. They free Earth 90 Flash. They realize, okay, if we go reverse, we could destroy the machine. Yep. So this was the moment, because like the entirety of season 6 of the Flash up to this point was like, okay, Flash is going to vanish in Crisis. Yep. He has to die to save the universe. And then the other Flash was like, wait, he said the Flash had to die. He never said which Earth. He never said which
Flash, yeah.
Yeah, so it was him. So he decided, you know what, fuck you.
And like, I was awfully surprised. Now, I wasn't surprised that the 90s Flash sacrificed himself instead of regular Barry, because like it's the Flash, you know, they're not gonna fucking cancel his show.
But you always assume like maybe
I figured like if they were to kill him off, then maybe
get the
Wally would take over,
get his actor back,
which would be really cool. I would.
That actor has never been vocal about taking over.
Yeah,
I feel like season 4 may have burned. Like it was a combination. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong about this. When I was watching this back a few years ago, my theory is that the actor got burned on season. Like he got burned during the season 4 year of Flash, because like they were like, "What the fuck do we do with Wally?" It's like we need Barry back. And it's like I thought you were right. I thought like maybe for like a few episodes of season 4, it's like let's let Wally West be the Flash. Let's let him do things while Barry's stuck in the Speed Force. That's
that would be really cool, because you know what? Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Wally West is the Flash.
In your mind, he's always been the Flash.
Yeah, ever since I was like, he became the Flash in 1989. Mm-hmm. That's before we were born.
And it was only recently that Barry took back over.
Yeah, it was only recently when Barry came back to life, and because of the TV show.
They made it popular.
They made Barry popular.
So so they can play with
Wally West was the Flash for longer than Barry was.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope he goes into the mainstream again.
Yeah, but
you know, we'll see. We'll see. I love Barry, I would love for him to stick around.
No, yeah. Well, his actors the Wally West actors, like to go back to my theory was that during that year specifically, it's like, well, they brought back Barry, so it's like Wally said, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I was supposed to take over, and like, I'm being sideshoe against. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna go like do some my own adventures. Then he joined the Legends, and it's like, oh, cool, he'll be on the Legends. Like,
really?
Yeah. So he did that for the second half of Legends third season.
Cool.
But then after that, they immediately said, no, he's not on the show anymore. It's like, what the fuck? Then what are you doing with him? And then when we come back to Flash season 5, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Fuck it. That's what he's been. He's gonna come back this season.
Okay.
Yeah, but I thought that the original thing was like, oh, he's going to be the Flash, but I guess not.
Yeah. When the Flash from the 90s show, when he sacrificed, I wasn't expecting anything. I was like, all right, he's going to sacrifice himself instead. It's clever. I like that. But like when he sacrificed himself and like he went on the treadmill and Barry is like crying and he's like, no, he's gonna die.
That should be me.
Yeah, and then like, you know, he started like running in slow motion, and then the fucking theme from the 90s show started playing.
And the flashback.
Yeah, and then they showed the flashback. I was like, what the fuck? I never cared about this character. Why do I suddenly give a shit about him? This is really sad. What the fuck?
It made me feel emotional a little bit. I didn't cry, but it's like, God, like this guy, like, I'm pretty sure his Earth didn't come back, so it's like this was his farewell. Like he lost everyone he cared about, like his wife, his team of superheroes. Like, so it's like, what is there left to live for? Like, no offense, I mean, there's always something to live for, but for him, it's like I'd rather sacrifice the universe and be with my people again. If there's an
I was like, damn.
So he sacrifices himself. We all return to the Wave Rider. Heartbringer returns, and it's like, wait a minute, this is all too convenient. Like, she just ironically came back now.
Yeah, it turns
with
out
no
this
explanation.
Is all part of
the Anti-Monitor's plan.
Anti-Monitor's plan.
So she just screws over everyone. She and the Anti-Monitor, she and the Monitor fight, and Monitor loses because he just lost too much power at this point. You know, all the Earths are pretty much gone, so it's like he lost his power. So he dies. Anti-Monitor finishes the wave on his own, destroying Earth 1. And Pariah decides that, you know what, we only have one chance. He sends everyone to the vanishing point, which was in Legends Season 1. That was a thing from the Time Masters. It was when Legends was, like, trying to be serious, but then that didn't really work out. So he sends them over.
I'm probably going to have to stop soon.
Yeah, so we're gonna speed this up a little bit. We're gonna rush the Butcher recap a little bit. So, Pariah sends everyone to the vanishing point. Anti-Monitor finishes everyone off. They're stuck in the vanishing point for literally, I think, months. But only Ryan grew a beard for some reason. I don't know. That just sort of happened.
Keep going. I'm gonna
go get water.
Yeah.
So that's when we start part 4, which happened tonight when we're recording this. Or a little bit later in the time stream. Everyone's trying to formulate a plan, trying to grieve on their own. Like, they lost, the multiverse is over. The Flash suddenly reappears after everyone failed to, like, try and find a way to get back to the main timeline. That didn't really work out. Yeah, from there, Barry's trying to figure out, okay, how do we get back to the main thing? How do we get everyone back? Meanwhile, Oliver Queen was training with the original Spectre about being the Spectre, and it's like, okay, you have to fight the Anti-Monitor now. That's pretty much your remaining purpose left. You got to reassemble your team. Well, reunite your team. So he goes off to get them back. And the Spectre forms a plan. Listen, so we need to stop him. You're going to go off and get everyone to the beginning of time, which is when pretty much the Anti-Monitor was created, which we got a brief origin story here for the Monitors. I'm assuming from Marv Wolfman, who made a cameo in the next episode, wrote that scene. So, okay, you guys go to the dawn of time, prevent Anti-Monitor.
He co-wrote the whole episode.
All right, everybody, I think
I think I'm out of commission for this episode. I'm sorry, guys.
You want to just sit down and just sleep? Still be in the episode?
I would, but it would mess with the tripod.
What do you mean? No, like, sit down here. You can comment if you want. You don't have to talk. I'll put the blanket over you.
Good night, guys.
Okay, so anyways, I got a message from someone. The Anti-Monitor... Let George go to sleep. So they all divide to 2 teams. Supergirl takes Lex and Ryan to the freaking planet where the Monitor's from. Everyone else is going towards the dawn of time to kind of stop the Anti-Monitor, but Anti-Monitor does a weird jump scare, like a Shrek thing, and he actually stops the heroes and they get trapped in the Speed Force. Barry has to go bring them back, jumping them through random points of time. The Invasion crossover, scene from Arrow Season 3. Where else did we go to? When Sarah Lance died originally in Season 3 of Arrow in the beginning. So Flash is trying to get everyone back. We also got a scene from the Elseworlds crossover. All pretty cool scenes, but they gave no fucks about the hairstyles there. They just said, screw it. They're in the costumes. That's fine enough. We'll just go from there. And then after that, we eventually regroup with our heroes. Lex tries to do something evil. He apparently has superpowers now, so it's like, okay, it's regular Lex doing regular Lex stuff. I am not completely surprised. So everyone regroups back to the dawn of time. They see the Anti-Monitor, like, listen, no matter what you do, I'm gonna always exist. There's nothing you can do about it. So the heroes go off to fight him while Oliver the Spectre goes to take on the Anti-Monitor. Everyone's kicking ass. Spectre goes to fight Anti-Monitor. They have a pretty epic VFX battle, as I like to call it. But the Spectre eventually overpowers him and begins the rebirth of a new universe. The 7 Paragons use their powers to kind of like form a new universe using their... I'm going to guess these are representations of human qualities that every human should have. So they do that. And then... Spectre beats him. The new universe is formed. Oliver dies again. He literally died twice in this crossover. Why am I not surprised? This is like probably the 3rd time he died. Barry and Sarah goes to say their final goodbyes to him as he tells them, listen, there is always an ending and there's always a new beginning. So you guys have to guide that new beginning into this new universe. The 7 Paragons presumably get transported to the new universe. We jump into 2020, which is where part 5 begins. I don't know where George is going. Where are you going, George? Your hairstyle's all messed up. We'll bring you back to the end, and he's going to probably just sleep on the couch for a little bit. We eventually get to... Where do we go to? Wherever we go to. Supergirl wakes up in her apartment building. everything seems to be a little bit weird, out of the ordinary. She just, maybe it's like, this has been a dream. Turns out Lex Luthor is apparently receiving the Nobel Peace Prize, which is like typical Lex thing to do. And it turns out everything's been changed in this new reality. Lex is now once again in power. He's in charge. Everyone loves him. Everyone loves Lex. Look at Lex. He's the best. Apparently, the DEO has been bought out by LexCorp, so it's a Luthor corporation, apparently. Oh, God, that's going to make some interesting things. And Supergirl, when we come back, everyone's regrouping with everyone. All the Paragons are kind of like realizing that how does the world... The world's different because the Flash shows up in Supergirl's city, but it turns out they're confused, like, oh, you're on my Earth? Like, no, you're on my Earth. And it's like, it turns out, nope. All the Earths that were important merged into one Earth, which I'm not actually surprised. It's going to make crossovers easier moving forward. Marv Wolfman makes his cameo. So after that, everyone regroups. White Canary goes to the Team Arrow. They get caught up. Martian Manhunter is doing this whole road trip. Like, let me remind every single important person, here's what happened. With a little mind wipe. And yeah, from there, everyone's regrouping. They're all disappointed that Oliver didn't get to come back with the rebirth. And for some freaking reason, they decided, we're going to put Bebo in this crossover. Motherfucking Bebo, which we haven't seen since season 3. He comes in through an illusion, apparently. Supergirl, Flash, Adam's trying to take him down. Turns out to all be an illusion. So I'm like, is this Mysterio from Far From Home? Have they really broken the timeline again? We get to... Apparently with some random thief, Soliver... George, what was his name?
I don't fucking remember.
Thank you. It's probably some random one. Probably like a well-known cameo. I don't know. I really don't know. So they get that. So everyone's kind of like mildly celebrating, but the Shadow Demon showed up after Nash warns them, "Hey, there's antimatter particles in this city. This crisis is not over just yet." So everyone regroups. Turns out the Anti-Monitor is back. So they have to realize, okay, so if the Rebirth didn't kill him, how the fuck are we gonna kill the guy who's pretty much who's made up of antimatter? So they just decide, you know what? Let's just keep infinitely shrinking him, like Ant-Man. Remember that scene from Ant-Man 1? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what they're planning. Let's just keep shrinking him inevitably and hope he doesn't know how to grow back. So everyone's doing it. We have an epic scene where majority of the heroes, not everyone, was kind of disappointed we didn't get to see every hero in this final fight scene. Superman just shows up. Apparently, no like reintroduction or anything. He's just there. Everyone's fighting the Shadow Demons. Nash, Ray, and Ryan are busy building I'm gonna call it the Shrinkinator. The Shrinkinator. I'm gonna call that. Everyone's doing that. I feel sorry for Dinah. She's just in the Arrow cave, like, not getting in the action. Like, I'm looking at this iPad. I'm just telling you guys, you go there, and not participating in any of the action. But, oh well, we ain't got the money for everything. They're finding the Shadow Demons, which magically transform into Anti-Monitor. How does the Anti-Monitor survive this rebirth? I don't freaking know. They just immediately gloss over that. They all fight the Anti-Monitor after an epic speech. The Anti-Monitor kicks all their asses. Then he goes Power Rangers gigantifying. Apparently, he gets big as hell. The supers and
that's his actual size in the comics.
God damn you, George! Don't bring your comic knowledge into this. That's right, George. Stay over there where you belong. I'm kidding.
Fuck you.
The supers and Martian Manhunter fight him. They're not doing pretty hot. They get the Shrinkinator done. And Adam says the best line in the crossover, throw this like a girl. And she kind of does. And they defeat the Anti-Monitor. The world's saved. The president gives a speech for Oliver Queen. They all assemble in the original hangar bay they used for the Invasion crossover. Have a little Green Arrow shrine for him. Pretty cool scene. Black Lightning's there. He remembers everything too. We kind of get all the core members of this whole adventure. I don't know why Black Lightning's there. No offense. He was only there for like 5 scenes. But, whatever. And Barry decides, you know what? We know future crossovers are happening now, so let's just have an established base to meet up. And he just whips out the Justice League table in a freaking epic shot, like with the Justice League logo. But they're not called the Justice League, because we're supposedly getting another movie. Is that movie ever happening? I don't fucking know. Oh my god, I forgot. George, we forgot.
Best cameo.
We got freaking Ezra Miller in the Arrowverse. We got a movie actor. We're in the big leagues now. So the crossover ends with everyone just nodding at each other. end their tale is like, okay, so what do we do now? And they hear a monkey noise. I'm like, who's Griezo? Who's Griezo? I don't really know. I really don't know. And yeah, from there, that ends probably a very comedic know how to end off one of the greatest crossovers in television history. All right, George, you need to get back here. We're wrapping up ending thoughts. The recap is over, George.
Okay.
3 minutes. That's all I promise you. How about 5 minutes for the amount of parts we got? Can you do that? Can you do that for me, George?
Wait.
Slowly get up, George. Slowly get up. He's coming, everyone. He's coming. He's Miranda. I can use some water. I'm gonna get some water after this is over. You okay, man? We'll wrap it up. Don't worry. So overall, yes, no, and the real ending was like we got to see there is a whole new multiverse, which is going to open up a whole slew. Like we got Earth 2, which is the Stargirl universe. Earth 9,
Justice Society.
Yeah, Earth 9.
That's pretty cool.
Earth 9 is Titans. Earth 21 is Doom Patrol. Negative Man, fucking twerking.
He was shaking it.
He was shaking that out, and his burned ass, like I saw his burned body on the show. It did not look pretty. It did not look pretty. We got to see.
Wait, he's not just energy.
Yeah, he has the energy body, but like he's like the Spectre, like it's a physical like energy wave, so his body's still burned. We got to see Kingdom Come Superman still alive. We got to see,
but like his suit is back to normal. It's no longer
black.
Yeah.
The black, it's yellow, so that's pretty cool. Doing the whole wink and nod. Yeah. That was a cool thing.
That was nice.
Was there any other Earths that came back? I forgot. I forgot.
A couple, actually. I'm just
Titans, Doom Patrol. Oh, Swamp Thing.
Yes.
And Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You got your Green Lantern.
They literally just used stock footage from the movie.
Maybe. Did it?
I think they did.
I don't remember the movie at all. I blocked that out of my mind. It's been 9 years. But remember, Green Lantern HBO Max show.
A series, so
that could be in the Arrowverse.
Fuck yeah.
You know what that means?
Forward to it.
Future crossover.
Wait, so it would be in its own Earth, meaning that like
no Green Arrow, no Flash, no Legends, no Supergirls.
It might mean that Green Arrow is the only super. I mean, it might mean that Green Lantern is the only superhero on that Earth.
That's fine.
I would be fine with that. They would just have to tweak a lot of things, cause like, you know how like. It's very intrinsically tied to the DC universe.
So they're going to change a lot of things up.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that new Earth. Like
basically, you know how like the Guardians of the Universe, like the blue guys, you know how they are like basically in charge of the Green Lantern Corps.
Mm-hmm.
When Sinestro makes his own corps, the Anti-Monitor is basically in charge of. He's their guardian.
Okay. But we never got.
So like you have a straight up character from like another crossover in your series, you know.
Potentially.
And he was an important character.
Well, we'll see what happens. You know that 2021 is so far away. We'll figure that out when that comes out next year.
You know, but it
definitely does establish like, okay, we're in the Arrowverse multiverse, the new multiverse, but we're going to be our own thing for a while, which is totally fine. I mean, we know it's out there. We know that. And I know you're happy that...
Hey, do you like this? Well, guess what? It's on this Earth. Hey, do you like this? Well, guess what? It's on this Earth. They tied it all up way better than the...
comics did.
Way better than the comics did.
Which is good, because like now we're going to see like what are the future implications for... Especially on Earth Prime, as we're going to call it now. So what are they going to deal with? Like, okay, so there were 2 Batmans, now it's 1. There was 2 No, there wasn't Superman there. There's just a lot of things they're going to explain, which I'm very interested about. It's pretty much it's going to be a whole new entry point for newcomers.
It is,
which I can't wait for. Which I know you're not going to jump on board.
I'm not going to, but you know,
you suck.
The comics are planning for the next reboot.
Oh no!
The 5G plan, bro.
No, we had New 52. Then we have Rebirth. Now what? 5G?
That's the rumor. That's the name.
Oh no! Is this because of the 5G thing?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. This is why.
To be fair, Rebirth was it wasn't even like a reboot.
It was just like we fucked up.
It was just like let's just go back to making good series.
Yeah, let's go back. We tried. Now we're gonna do good things again. You know, we're gonna win back the fans, and
this is gonna be like from the rumors and the theories, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a straight up reboot.
Oh boy.
Which I'm fine with.
All new number ones?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
see.
that's the thing. Here's the last side tangent before we wrap this up. I fucking hate when they just say, all new number ones, new entries. Like, no! You never fucking commit. You either go back to the original legacy number, or you reboot with another one. Stick to one fucking story. Because didn't Wonder Woman, like, when they get to the big milestone number, like, we go back to the original legacy number. It's like, fuck it, we'll just continue doing that. Like, what was the fucking point of the reboot? What was the point? All you did was fuck up my collection. If I collect about it, which I did for Ultimate Spider-Man, like they went for
750 is coming up soon for Wonder Woman, like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but didn't they like?
I think they're go. I could be wrong. I think they're gonna keep the legacy number.
That's what I heard. Like I don't read comics, but I heard that. I was like, that's fucking stupid.
I don't mind just because I like the legacy numbering, and I hear it's going to be like a
but don't change the legacy number. Just keep the fucking same number. Like when Ultimate Spider-Man did the whole like the original like Ultimate Comic Spider-Man, well, with the Volume 2, whatever.
I think the way Marvel does it is best, where they
even when I got it
with the dual. No, I'm talking about the way they currently do it.
Well, how do they do it now?
They have the regular numbering, and in a tiny little font underneath is legacy numbering. And guess what? Whenever the big milestone issue comes
they return back to legacy.
They switch it.
That's stupid for me.
Just for that issue.
But for me, that's...
You know what I mean?
It's but for collectors, it's like you're confusing the numbers. That's my personal opinion. If you want to agree with me, you want to disagree with me, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I feel like with how complicated everything is, that's the easiest it's going to be.
Well, because they have 80 plus years of material to, like...
You're not just going to be like, oh, I want to read Batman. Where do you start? You start in 1934. Wait, what? Well, no, technically you could just start in the 1980s with issue number 473. Wait, but technically when the universe got rebooted, well, you see when the anti-monitor. Wait, where are you going? I stole that joke from another channel. I'm just letting you guys know that. Yeah, I love that joke because it explains everything.
Yeah, I know.
And here's the thing: the TV shows were getting to that point. Mm-hmm. My sister stopped following The Flash because she was just like, I can't. It got way too complicated.
Was it because of when they introduced the multiverse? Was when the crossovers got too intrusive?
After season 3,
the crossover got more like complicated.
Yeah,
I understand that. I mean, the ratings starting to dip a little bit. They only like rise back up for the crossover, which I totally understand. And hopefully, this definitely does make. Like, for me, my personal opinion is that the next crossover, because they have confirmed there's going to be a fucking crossover. Don't worry, Joe, we're wrapping this up.
But I'm glad what they did with this, because they...
simplified everything.
They did, and they were able to tell a really good story at the same time.
And also give new avenues for, like, new stories. Like, how is Black Lightning going to affect, like, oh, there's superheroes now. There's superheroes around now. It's like, how does that affect the Markovian stuff? How does the Flash deal with, like, okay, my original prophesized fate is over. What do I do now? Supergirl now has to deal with Lex Luthor. Again. Clark Kent has 2 kids.
Yeah, we got 2 Johns.
That supposedly is older. Which is going to be like, oh no, he's going to be... like, okay, I'm a dad to a baby. I come back for 1 month. You're a dad to 2 14-year-olds. I'm like, wait, what? What the fuck happened here? So I'm very interested. I'm very happy to see where, at least for me, where this is going to like lead. I know for you, you'll probably jump back in the next big crossover. Yeah, so overall, 2 thumbs up for me. George, how many thumbs up do you give this? This is my rating system. 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. And I think that's going to do it for us because
it's worth watching without a doubt.
Yeah, we're going to cut it here, guys, because George is literally dying and I got to send him home. He needs to get back to a warm bed. I mean, this blanket's pretty warm, but...
This is a really nice blanket. Thank you very much, Joseph. You're gonna have to like...
sanitize it.
Sanitize it.
I'll probably put it in the laundry. Yeah. But anyway, guys, this has been our Crisis of Infinite Earths full review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't worry, we are not going to probably do anything in the Arrowverse again. I do want to do Babylon with you, but you got to catch up, or if you ever catch up.
I might.
Not. Anyway, guys.
Good night, my friends.
Anyway, guys, if you want to know what else is coming up and what's on the tube, since we're not doing anything Arrowverse related for a while, coming up next, we have the High School Musical, the musical, the series, Season 1 review. Next week will be the next episode of Nancy Drew. Then after that should be, I don't know what show I'm doing next for my one-off. Oh, no, next. George, that reminds me, George, you got to do How I Met Your Mother with me. He's dead. we're going to do How I Met Your Mother at some point in the near future. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys weren't unaware of this, has been What's on the Tube from ActionX. If you want to, please subscribe for more What's on the Tube, as well as our other content we made. Please ring the bell for notifications when we have a new video. Like, favorite, share the video if you want to. This has been Joe. That was George P. It's just George P. or whatever he wants to call himself. You can follow him on his Twitter. I'll link that down in the description. Check out his webcomic, Typical Campus. Don't worry, he's usually energetic on my dad. He's not dying on that. George, are we close to episode 69 yet? I'm going to take that as a yes. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I think he's dead.